recently posted a couple of videos of painting the side of this Kia Sportage that's basically a junk.
Go check out his video, and then go check out the original one he did. I watched the original in its entirety and this one. He came up randomly on my For You page. I had never seen this guy's content before. I don't know him, but I want to put out an opinion and something for you guys to think about, because the internet is just a wild place, okay? So, first, we're going to get the hard part out of the way. In the original video where he spray painted the vehicle, he did a so-so job. All right, there's no getting over that. That it is, if you've ever spray painted before, you should have kind of two feelings on this. One, it was kind of awful. There was runs, drips, that kind of thing. Second, though, you should understand that, you know, it is not always easy to spray paint stuff. Now, I have done lots of spray paint projects. I have spray painted shelves I've done in my house on whiteboard. I know it sounds cringeworthy, but it was cheap and what I needed for some display stuff. It worked. I have done a really good job spray painting an entire file cabinet that was originally white. I wanted it black, and it was free, and it was scuffed up in some parts, so I got that done. No, I did not sand it down. It still sits in my home now and works fine. And I personally don't like when people spray paint cars. I think it looks kind of trashy, but that's not to say it can't be done. So let's get to the second portion. We got that out of the way, okay? He wasn't painting the car for someone else. It wasn't for another person. He was doing it to, as he stated, for himself. It's a project for himself. It's a learning curve. It was a car that he had that he just didn't like the color on it and wanted to play with it. Why not? It's his property. Let him do what he wants with it, you know? I can see if he did the video like, all right, I'm getting into the professional car paint business here, and I'm going to start using this Rust-Oleum spray for cars. That'd be different. If he was touting himself as a professional body shop person or a DIY body shop person selling these out to people, absolutely, I could understand the backlash. But so many people got upset, and they were trashing the comments. There were some fairly rude comments. I don't know if he removed any or not, but I think he's taken it fairly well. You know, I have done a number of DIY projects where I have botched it, but it's on my dime, and I'm not selling it for anybody else, and I've learned. I have learned. I have tried different spray painting techniques for stuff and have been garbage at them and then got better, or decided it's just not something I can do for whatever reason or the other. And they dragged him, man. They dragged him in the comments. So I think he deserves more attention to what he's doing. And he is looking for positive criticism, you know, positive stuff that tells him like, hey, do it this way. And he says it flat out. That's why it's called learning with Casey, not, you know, not just professional with. He really is trying to learn things in a community way. He wants to interact with people in a positive way, and people trash him. This is what kills content creators starting out too, is if they're really trying to get positive community feedback and the negative people come in. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, then don't be online then. And it's like, I get it. You have to grow thicker skin, though. You do. And that's my advice to this guy, is just ignore the negative comments. Even if it's 12,000 of them, you're still getting attention. Your video got boosted. Probably the only reason I saw your video is because those people interacted. And that's the thing you have to understand, is that, you know, in the bigger media portion of things, they say any press is good press. And I don't agree with that entirely. But when it comes to content creation, as long as you're not doing something illegal or like really gross in terms of like, you know, things we don't like people doing to other people, I think any comments are good comments. I do Fortnite clips on Fortnite. I know I'm trash at the game. I don't play to be good at the game. I play to get the battle pass done. And most of my views come from people being negative and just rude. Now, I get rid of the really extreme comments, but other than that, I get the engagement there because of people being that way. So you kind of have to weather. You have to find that balance, right? And then interact with the people who are being positive. Ignore the people who are being negative. Remove the really dirty, nasty comments, and just bring up the comments. You know, you have to comment on everything. And I don't know, you know, he seems to want to learn, so that's why I'll put this information out to anybody at once, you know, that wants it. But really try to promote your positive comments to get a bump to the top of your feed. Don't do every single one. Pick like 5 or 6 in the first 24 to 48 hours and be like, hey, thanks for the help. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. And I try to, on my videos, I do on TikTok in particular, I do 3 or 4 comments within a certain time frame, depending on the video, to try to boost that. And I find that the interaction is better and that it does better. That's just me, though. You know, you do what you want, but I still applaud you trying to do what you did, and people are going to drag you for it. It doesn't matter what you do. You could have done a good job, and you're still going to have people in the comments thrashing you, you know. There's always criticisms to be had for something, but I think you're taking it well, man. Don't let them drag you down, and keep up what you're doing. And I want to see more of these projects, you know. I'm going to go find, I didn't before, because it just hit me now, but I will have subbed before this video comes out. And I'll have you on there, and I'll watch what you're doing. I mean, I think it's neat to see these things. So, good luck to you, man, and I hope that, you know, it gets you to good places.